Welcome to this Masterclass Explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into a high-stakes corporate battlefield. If you think business is just about boring spreadsheets and board meetings, well, get ready to rethink that, because we are about to unpack an arena filled with sheer adrenaline and cutthroat strategy, the oligopoly. So instead of some dry academic overview, let's just plunge right into the action. What actually happens when an entire market arena is controlled by just a handful of massive giants? We're not talking about your local mom and pop shops here. No, we are talking about titans, companies with the sheer gravity to completely warp market prices. Our source text defines this corporate gladiator arena as an oligopoly. It's a market structure where you have a very few firms selling a product, which creates this insanely intense competition among them. Because there are so few players on the board, this represents the absolute highest form of inter-firm competition. And you know what's wild? You actually witness this battle every single day. Look at this list. From the automobiles you drive, right down to electronic products, baby foods, vegetable oils, and the soft drinks you buy, just a few giant firms completely dominate these spaces. You are literally surrounded by oligopolies everywhere you look. Okay, let's look at how this actually plays out in Section 1, Rules of Engagement, High-Stakes Interdependence. The biggest thing to grasp here is the intense competition. Because the number of firms is so incredibly small, any action, and I mean any action, by one firm directly affects its rivals. Every single strategic move by one titan immediately hits the market share of the others. Every move is watched, it's measured, and it's felt. They have to keep meticulous, urgent track of each other just to survive. There's a sequence from our source text that brilliantly illustrates this complete interdependence. Let's say, Step 1, Maruti Odioke offers free car insurance to buyers. What happens next? Well, Step 2, rival car companies instantly retaliate with the exact same offer. Their decision-making is completely tied together. A move like offering free insurance triggers instant retaliation and aggressive price wars. These firms are constantly anxious about how their rivals will react to absolutely any change. So what are they fighting with? Let's check out Section 2, Weapons of Choice, Products and Promotion. This battle generally takes one of two forms. First, you have a pure oligopoly. That's where products are entirely homogeneous. Think identical cooking gas cylinders from Indane and Barshane. Or alternatively, you have a differentiated oligopoly, where firms compete heavily on unique product models. Think about the auto industry, battling it out with models like the Maruti, Santro, Indica, and Scorpio. Now, because of this extreme hair-trigger interdependence, selling costs, like advertising, can quite literally become a matter of life and death. Massive ad spending, crazy discounts, door-to-door campaigns, they're absolutely vital to survive. I mean, the ultimate example of this is the legendary, ongoing TV commercial war between Coke and Pepsi. It's marketing as warfare. And to keep that power, they have to lock it down. Section 3, Building the Fortress, Barriers to Entry. You might be wondering, why don't new companies just jump in? Well, long-run oligopolies protect themselves like unbreakable fortresses. They have massive barriers to entry. Newcomers are kept out by the sheer economies of large-scale production, the built-in cost advantages of older firms, ruthless price cutting designed to bleed out new competitors, control over vital inputs, and exclusive patent rights. Those walls are incredibly high. All right, let's dive into the final and honestly, the most thrilling part of all this. Section 4. The Fog of War, Predicting the Unpredictable. Seriously, how do you map out a business strategy when you cannot predict your rival's reaction? Unlike a monopoly that just confidently dictates terms without a care in the world, an oligopolist is stressed out. They're constantly anxious. They operate in a true fog of war where every price change forces some unpredictable reaction. If you raise your prices, your rivals probably won't follow and you'll lose your customers. But if you lower prices, they're forced to instantly match you, and everyone loses profit. Because these immediate reactions are just impossible to perfectly predict, the firm's demand curve is constantly shifting. It just cannot be pinned down like it can in a normal, perfectly competitive market. This creates what economists call an indeterminate demand curve. It forms this really unique shape known as a kinked demand curve. It's this shifting, indefinite line directly caused by the simple fact that an oligopoly cannot, under any circumstances, ignore the unpredictable reactions of its rivals. So what's the big takeaway from this explainer? Well, I'll leave you with this final thought. The next time you go out to purchase a car, maybe a new electronic gadget, or hey, even just a soft drink, are you simply making a consumer choice, or are you actually witnessing the clash of titans? Take a second to consider the incredible high-stakes corporate warfare happening just beneath the surface, all fighting to win your dollar.